Marcus Kolga is standing by. He's a senior fellow with the Macdonald-Laurier Institute. He is in Toronto today. Marcus, thanks for taking the time. Your takeaways from this meeting?
Well, look, I think it was a positive sign that this coalition of the willing, 26, even more, over 30 countries that participated, are clearly united in developing some sort of strategy that will lead to at least a cessation of hostilities, a cessation of Russia's war of terror against Ukraine, and eventually leading to peace. This commitment by 26 of these countries, we have to presume that Canada is among them, to have boots on the ground to help defend and provide security guarantees in the sea, in the air as well for Ukraine once that peace is achieved is critically important. But what was even more important coming out of this meeting was this consensus that pressure and significant pressure needs to be applied on the Kremlin if we are going to arrive at a ceasefire. And Finland's president, Alexander Stubb, mentioned that the U.S. is on board with applying secondary sanctions against those countries that continue to provide revenue to Russia to continue funding this war, but also on those countries that are supplying parts for the drones and the missiles that continue to drop it nightly onto Ukrainian civilians. And so those secondary sanctions are really key and will be a key component of applying that pressure and eventually ending this war.
Hey, Marcus, what role do you think realistically Canada will play here?
Canada can play several roles. We can certainly contribute to that effort, those boots on the ground that were announced after this meeting today, but also coordinating that economic pressure, applying those secondary sanctions on countries like India, China, Turkey, that continue to buy enormous amounts of Russian oil at a discount, albeit, but those revenues are really the lifeblood for Vladimir Putin's continued war against Ukraine. Also, freezing of the $300 billion of assets that Russia has in European banks, the repurposing of those funds to help pay for the weapons that Ukraine needs to defend its skies against this war of terror, and also pushing back against Russia's efforts on the front lines. That's going to be key, and Canada can really provide and has demonstrated leadership in these areas.
Russia has said it will not agree to peacekeepers from NATO countries like France, the UK, Canada, Germany, you name it, on the ground in Ukraine. What does that mean?
Well, it means that Vladimir Putin is clearly set on his goal to try and annihilate Ukraine and its people. That was his goal from the outset. That was his goal back in 2014. And, Vladimir Putin can make all the demands that he wants. But this coalition, again, 26 nations who are agreeing to put boots on the ground, it'll be hard for Vladimir Putin to push back against that if we are continue to be committed to that mission. And so I would, disregard anything Vladimir Putin has to say about that.
Marcus Kolga joining us from Toronto with the Macdonald-Laurier Institute. Great to have you back with us here on CTV News as always. Marcus, thank you.
Anytime. Thanks for having me on, Todd.